Volvo is going all electric. Not just yet. The Volvo XC90 says, I am still here with an updated version. This is the Volvo XC90 facelift. I'm Thomas, this is Autogefühl in 4K, full screen, full length. Let's go with the updated front. So a new front grille, looks a little bit more modern, a little bit more aligned with the rest of the new EVs definitely, but still it has this combustion engine character. And you also have either this bright styling, but you could also get a dark styling, so more blacked out things, and also a new hood. We can also see here this new carving structure, very interesting, and also the headlamp, this Thor's hammer LED signature has been updated. So overall, a fresh and very elegant look, I feel. You also get, for example, a new color called Mulberry Red. This one here, however, is called Bright Dusk. Wheels from 20 to 22 inch. These here are the biggest 22-inch wheels indeed. However, for the winter tires, you could also get 19-inch. Technology change also as for suspension. First of all, in the front now always double wishbone, so you have a better handling with that, or at least that's what they promise. We'll also soon find out for you. And the base suspension will also get frequency adaptive dampening, so it's a passive adaptive function. It reacts in according to the amplitude where, you know, what you actually have on the road. And then optional, once again, the adaptive air suspension, which is also equipped with this very vehicle here. Soon more to the engines and stuff. The base side silhouette is more or less the same. It has this very upright styling and not like this EV coupe look or something. This is still the real deal, the more classic XC90, well, with mild hybrid and plug-in hybrid engines. Towards the rear, you also get new rear lamps. However, the base form has remained the same. Just when you look on the inside, you have these different structures and so on. The top speed, Volvo has regulated that actually for all cars, 180 kilometers an hour or 112 miles per hour. Yeah, for the German Autobahn, this could get a little bit close. However, it's also a large vehicle, and for most markets, it won't play such a big role actually. In turning indicators here in the rear, you can see where you have this new element, then here 4 rows are actually added as the indicator. And in the front, here the turning indicators are, whoa, look at that. They are actually cascading Thor's hammer now. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm going to call Chris Hemsworth and ask him what he thinks about that. And the main headlamp unit is now always standard matrix LED. This is here the key fob, nothing special, nothing updated. Then door closing sound is solid. Check out the rear. In the rear it's even better, right? I would wish that the rear door closing sound is like in the front. Like, what? Huh?
The window is
Ah, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Awesome, Leah, that she thought about that, because there is this option for the sound insulation of the side windows. It's an option, it's not standard. And you can also see it here when I lower the windows. There we go, then we have here this dual insulation. You can see it right here. Can we see that properly on camera? Yeah, that's cool, right? And this is actually not only then in the front, you can also see it here, but also for the rear. And in general, actually, with this facelift, Volvo promises more sound deadening measures. So it's supposed... Interesting. So it's supposed to be... That happened. You stay there. So it's supposed to be more silent, especially on the motorway and so on. Of course, when we can drive the vehicle, we'll keep you updated with all of that. Then inside of the doors, this is here high-grade leatherette, it's also soft and plush. Then we have this matte wood. This, of course, different choices are available. This is also my favorite one, I have to say. And once again, also here soft for your elbow. And we have this leatherette cover here also at the inside of the door pockets. I do like that as well. Optional Bowers & Wilkins sound system. We have a Volvo entry badge and steering wheel with the known buttons here. This is also the new Nordico material, so it's not with animal content, but it feels actually quite nice, looks good. Digital instruments, soon more to that. And the seats, they are from Nordico material as well. They call it because it's a high-grade leatherette, also with a quilting here, pretty cool. And it also has a share of recyclables and a share of biomaterials. So they are trying to go full circle then as for sustainability. Alternatively, you can also get fabric seats. Then here you have 1.89 meters, 6'2". A lot of headroom left. It's really comfortable in these seats here. And yeah, maybe you've already seen that before. I bought my suit today according to the vehicle, exterior and interior. I think it's a beautiful combination. Here also the side with the stitching and so on. You can get different colors, of course, also for the interior, also like a darker tone, for example. Then the steering wheel, up and down, in and out, smooth process, and real stalks still. So this is now going in between. So they have some elements from the electric vehicles, like the central screen now, soon more to that, but they keep it more classic, like also the combustion engine in the front. And here, by the way, you can also lengthen this front part of the seat if you have longer legs like me, so there's also another comfort feature. Cockpit overview. Here we have a fabric insert, so for this living room atmosphere. Also soft touch dashboard on the top and the real wood insert. I really like that one, pretty cool. Here, by the way, it looks all the way closed, but you can press the button, then here this glove box goes down, also with a smooth dampening. So that's actually pretty cool. You have this new 11-inch infotainment screen. It's still vertical, but this is now more leaning towards the electric vehicles. Before it was more integrated there. Now I think it's more accessible. So design-wise, it stands more out. But then again, you can easier click the things, and you can also see here this Android background. You have the different apps. You can still get Apple CarPlay, for example. It's also standard. In the middle console, you have in the lower part still this manual volume jog. That has been there. Then inductive charging pad is here in the front. It's not cool. However, it is placed here now to be more accessible for the smartphone. Then you can slide down this. Adaptive cup holders. This is the shifting lever. You can also get it here in this crystalline styling. And got this very well attached. Underneath, more space, even like less clutter and so on. Here, USB-C charging twice actually. So once for charging, once for the connection. And this also opens pretty wide, so you can easily access that. By the way, always a nice detail here with the seats. They have this small Swedish flag here. Yeah, it's always on the left side here. Headroom with 189, 6'2", still some left. This is also here with the panoramic roof. And you can actually also still open that one. There we go. And it's really, really large indeed. So, and then not only you can close the roof there, you can also apply a shade. It's with a slider then in the front. That's not my favorite thing, however. But the slider is also, I mean, at least there to close that thing, because when it's very, very hot day, it's also good to have this additional cover. Driver POV. These buttons here, by the way, are still for real. You can really press them. And then digital instruments, left side the speed. You can only have nothing, or for example, also the map in the middle. And we also have a head-up display here. And if we look over here to the new infotainment system, so the climate unit, you know, I always prefer when I have physical dials, but that wasn't the case anyway before. So here now you have to control temperature like this. And I think it's not ideal because you always have to press here and then here. Yeah, it would also be possible with voice control, but it's not that you can directly slide. So always like pressing twice. And I think that's not a good solution actually. Seat heating and steering wheel heating. At least everything is well visible, and you have all these apps then here, like also with CarPlay and so on. In the right lower part, you always get into the vehicle controls, like here, where you can, for example, change everything concerning driving, also then here the different driving modes and so on. Rear seats, first of all, the doors, they don't open too wide, so for child seat installation and so on. However, here, easy to control shade for the rear. Then we have open cell matte wood. So nice atmosphere, definitely. And also here, everything with a soft touch leatherette. And also the inside of the door in the lower part is covered with that. So just not the plain black plastic, just this part, like the outside part. And then seating here, you can individualize everything. First of all, it's interesting when you fold the seats here, you have to do it from here. I'll soon show you that with the trunk. You see here that the lower part also goes a little bit down, and the head restraint here also folds down automatically like this. And you can also pull this thing forward or backward. And actually that I can still sit here, I could pull it a little bit forward. We'll see soon how that affects then the third seating row. This middle part here, either with some cup holders, you can use it for that. Oh, there we go. And also, once again, this middle part can be folded individually like this, or then here with the strap, and it's going down again. So as for the headroom, 189, 6'2". This still leaves some headroom open, and here's also then this wide panoramic roof, which you can also open. The legroom, I have it all the way back now in the second seating row, and this is the seat as I would be driving, so there's still some legroom left. However, it's not too much, because I thought about, hey, this vehicle is also about a long trunk. So it's always then a trade-off, like, do you put the trunk longer or do you make more room for the knees and so on? And there's another special feature that Leah wanted to show you. And here we go, in the middle seat, actually in the rear, look at that, there's this integrated child seat. It's not a new feature, but Volvo has had that for quite some time. It's also included here.
Maybe not for me.
Yeah, not for her. She's tall enough, doesn't need it. But I think it's a cool idea. It's comfy, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's a really nice idea, and you can just remove it like that. So for children that are already like not super small, but still need like this additional height. I haven't seen any other manufacturers doing that, have you? Access to the third seating row, so I pull this lever on top of the seat, there we go, and then I can also push this seat forward like this, and then you have a good access to the additional 2 seats there in the rear. There we go. Climb in. Here we go. So there is not too much space actually. Headroom wise, it works when I put my spine like a little bit down, so it's okay. And what I've done here is actually, when I put the seat all the way back like it is before, it doesn't fit with my knees. But here I've put this seat here a little bit forward, that I could sit here as an adult, and there you can see it still doesn't really fit with my knees. So it's not a third seating row for adults. This is once again this case of children are already a little bit taller, but not too tall and stuff, football game and so on. No Isofix though in the third seating row. You just have Isofix here in the second seating row. Now we come to the most fun part. This one here is available, 5-seater, 6-seater, 7-seater. We do have the 7-seater for you, obviously, as you've just seen. And that makes it even more interesting to fold everything. So the trunk and the boot, 1.10 m or 43 inches in the width here between the wheel arches. This is then the trunk when you have all the seats up. So then you have like a length of about 55 centimeters or 22 inches. Here you can put this one up to secure a backpack or something. However, it doesn't fold all the way up here when these are all the way up. I'll soon show you it once again. And then underneath you have some space, for example, for the charging cable, as there is obviously no frunk available in this plug-in hybrid here. Now, we begin with the folding. First of all, when you look also at the head restraints, because that's always a cool system, here they automatically fold down, and then this one goes all the way flat, 1 and 2. And this is then 640 liters in this setup with 5 seats. And here the length is already 1.25 m or 49 inches. So that's already pretty cool. To fold these here, I have to go around. Takes a while, but the cool thing is that they also here with the head restraints, they fold down after a while. I have to put that individual. 1, 2, 3. For that one I have to go on even more. So this is then my workout for today, everything for you. There we go. And this is then the full luggage setup. So this vehicle is so versatile. I love it for that. Look at that. I mean, you literally already see it, how much space it is. But then here in the length, yeah, this is more than 2 meters or more than 79 inches. So like more than this stick goes actually. And now also here, before it went up like this, now we can put it all the way up, then it's also stable. Then here you can, for example, secure a backpack. Also here at the side you have more choices. For example, when you have the air suspension, you can lower the vehicle for a little bit better access. And here, this is the button then for the towing hook. It is like semi-automatic. You have to pull it up once again. Of course, yeah, that can be dirty from times. Then there we go, release it and then put it back. Engines, unfortunately today we're not allowed to look under the hood. It's a pre-production vehicle, but I can tell you, you will either have B5 or B6. These are the petrol mild hybrid engines, all 2-liter 4-cylinder, 250 or 300 horsepower. This one here is the T8. This is then the plug-in hybrid. This one gets an electric motor at the rear axle, so the mild hybrid has more a classic all-wheel drive. This one here, the plug-in hybrid system then, where you have the all-wheel drive via the electric motor at the rear. 15 kilowatt hours net battery, and you charge it with maximum 6.4 kilowatt. There we go, this is the plug-in, and it takes about 3 hours then from 0 to 100%. And here the plug-in hybrid is, when the battery is charged, also the quickest one at 5.4 seconds in the acceleration figure. However, if you go for the mild hybrid engines, you profit from an update there, 0.2 seconds. They are quicker in the acceleration now, and they also have a different burning cycle of the fuel, so it's supposed to be more efficient, yet more powerful. And this is also something to criticize, whereas it's good that they updated the mild hybrid engines, and they're a little bit more efficient, also more powerful. The plug-in hybrid engine was not really updated, and considering the car at that size here and also how old the platform is in comparison, I appreciate that they also still offer an alternative to the all-electric new model, to the EX90. However, they should have updated the plug-in hybrid model here, for example, with a bigger battery and so on, yeah, for more pure electric range, because the pure electric range here is just about like 50 kilometers or 30 miles, and that is not enough for a car at that size. By the way, pure electric driving is up to a speed of 140 kilometers an hour. So not everyone has the charging infrastructure to go all electric yet, and that's why I think it's cool that they still offer here the XC90 in the plug-in hybrid and mild hybrid trim. And exactly as it stands here right now, yeah, I would say it's like a Swedish Range Rover, only that it's more reliable than the original one. Yeah, I think this is like a pretty cool styling, both exterior, interior. So I already talked to Leah, and she said like she would take it home right now as it is here. So what would you? Would you take this one, or rather the all-electric EX90, or would you rather go for a direct competitor here of this one?